What's going on, everyone? Happy Sunday. Wishing all the blessings and peace upon you all on this great Sunday. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Hope you guys are did some great things and are enjoying yourselves. Obviously, we got some good weather here. Cooled off a little bit. But without further ado, I'm going to jump right into it. This is something that I wanted to talk about because I had a conversation about it. And I posted about it on my page about the fact of relationships being business and marriages even more so being business. And this is a concept that many of us tend to want to argue about, tend to want to get upset about, and just don't seem to understand because we feel like it's more than that. It's about love. It's about feelings. It's about all these inner desires. At the end of the day, none of that is really about building. You gotta. It's a team concept. Everybody wants to talk power couple and power couple this, but more often than not, a lot of these relationships, especially in our community, are based on one person carrying the weight, if not all the weight, and the other person just sitting back watching. Whether that be the man or the woman, and a lot of times nowadays, what I've spoke on before, it's a lot of women who are basically running a relationship, and who are taking care of the guys. They're getting to places to stay, with the house, with the credit, with anything like that. And it's like the guys are following the woman as if she's the mother, and they're waiting for her to make decisions. And I always go back to the whole situation with the business I'm in with credit. And as far as it's predominantly 99% women, but they have a boyfriend or a husband, and she's the one who's making all the decisions as far as progression and moving forward. I've always thought like this, and in reference to for those of you who are familiar with Brother Polite, he's spoken a lot about this, and it's something I think that sad enough to say, due to women's rights, due to the whole civil rights movement, so to speak, integration. It's basically it destroyed these concepts of building together or building as a family unit, especially in the black community. And I think that this is something that needs to be talked about a lot more often. Like other ethnicities, other races, other nationalities, they seem to grasp this a lot more than we seem to grasp it. It's in our community, it's more about independence and outdoing one another instead of joining, and understanding that the family dynamic is a business, and that is the way to create generational wealth. That is the way to instill that solidarity as a whole, as a family unit, and to collectively come together to build a business that's able to last generations, as some people from other demographics, as I've spoken before, have been able and still are able to successfully do it and not have any issues. So I've spoken a lot about this on social media before in the past, and it's met with aggression and basically, you don't know what you're talking about. This is some chauvinistic, male type of stuff, blah blah blah. It's nothing about that. It's about if we're gonna be together, we can't be broke together and not have a plan together. Because a family unit is about financing. You can't pay the bills off love. You can't raise kids off love. You can't eat just based off love. You have to have some type of financial plan. But if we're both looking at each other and we don't know what's going on, and we're both, with the blind leading the blind, so to speak, and just flapping in the wind, what's really going on here? what's the concept of, especially as a people, to further the personal agenda for wealth building, because that's what it's all about right now. It's the dynamic uh, for the African descendants of slaves, African American, whatever you want to call it, the African diaspora in America is basically, and I think we all can agree collectively, is not sticking together, pooling together finances and resources to be able to become independent and to be financially sound and smart and able to leverage the black dollar, so to speak. So I think people like, that's one thing I agree with Brother Polite. He hits on it very well. He's a lot more articulate with the way he addresses it, and he also believes in, I guess, polygamy from the standpoint of sometimes it does, which the way he comes across delivering it, it makes sense as far as building a family unit, and sometimes it will take more, or not everybody's going to end up with a husband, so to speak, and taking that village. What's happening, man? Taking that village to build. So same thing in a relationship. For any of y'all who are involved in businesses, networking is building relationships. Having the best plug is building relationships. Same thing with family. To have a strong family, independent, if you want to be independent, growing your own resources, so on and so forth, that's cool, but that's still going to take a business to run your own, to run your own family. Even if you are self-sufficient, you got a farm and you don't need anything else. But if you're selling your product, all this is business oriented, and until we master that, it's not going to go anywhere. I talk about, as far as becoming a man, yeah, it's fun sleeping with a bunch of women, but at the end of the day, what value are you getting out of it? If you can't really, at the end of the day, find a partner or somebody to build with or to assist you, because having a one-man business is not really going to be popping like you think it is. It's going to be a lot of work. You're going to tire yourself out, become weary trying to run something by yourself. And who better than to help you run your business than your right hand, than your lady or your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, somebody that you can trust, rather than somebody that's just taken away. You know what I mean? Somebody that's just taken away is one of the things that society now is teaching us, and media is definitely teaching us, that a woman should just be there just to be pretty, and a man should just take care of her without anything being offered or being brought to the table. And a lot of men tend to look at women like that, and women call it objectifying, but a lot of you women out there objectify yourself in this manner. But if that's what you're looking for, then so be it. But as you get up in age, that beauty stuff doesn't last forever. We got the hit in the wall, that your value in your beauty decreases, things like that. And you have to be able to bring something to the table at a certain point. And if you're a man, if you're just investing in a woman based on her looks, then you might as well get a prostitute. You might as well just deal with any other woman, because any woman, if you see one pretty woman, you're going to see another one. It's never going to end. You know what I mean? It's never going to end. That beauty stuff, there's always going to be another one around the corner that looks better than the one that you have, so to speak. So I don't know. I was having a conversation about it this morning. I just think that if it really was thought, and we could take our ego out of it and stop trying to outdo one another, or stop trying to listen to what the media is preaching as far as independence, and you can do this, and wanting to be strong and I don't need help from anybody except the government. I think that that there's power there. And for those of you who don't say I'm not cut out to be a businessman or businesswoman, and you're content being a worker, then continue being a worker. You know what I mean? Just continue to be a worker. But if you have that worker mentality, and that's what you're showing your kids, then your kids are probably going to emulate that at the end of the day. And it's going to go on and on and on until somebody, even though I feel that everybody has a sovereign will to be able to think for themselves and to be like, I want to make this, I want to make something out of myself. You know what I mean? I don't want to just be a worker. I just don't want to work for somebody. I just don't want to make someone else rich when I could be working on my own plan or a plan for my kids. Nobody should have their goal, like Dame Dash says, to make, your goal shouldn't be for your children to work for somebody else. It shouldn't be. Your goal shouldn't be to go into tens of thousands of dollars in debt, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt, just to go work for somebody else who may be in a position due to nepotism, which is the way it should be. There's nothing wrong with nepotism, because that's what it should be about. And you get mad, and it's so dumb that our people think that way, that there's something wrong with nepotism. Such and such gave a job only because this. Well, what are you doing about it? We complain about the wrong stuff, and it's so stupid. When I just get on social media and I just look and I get not that I get upset, but it just bothers me. It irks me that somebody could complain that they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars or are in hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt just for someone else to take the job that they want due to nepotism, when you should be creating that for yourself. But you got social media and other people telling you what you should and shouldn't do with your life, which is I don't know, man. And then you call independent thinkers crazy. If you're not an independent thinker, what are you doing here? And for someone to tell you, hey, let's build a business, we see all these memes talking about, I want this kind of relationship, I want this kind of relationship, but you really don't. You'll look at it as the person trying to control. You're trying to control me. You're trying to do this. No, we got a plan. Let's execute this plan. And it's going to take you not being lazy and sitting on your ass. I won't get it. I think even, when my time is up on this earth, I probably still won't understand it. How you can think outside of, someone who genuinely wants better or who wants to do better. It's not going to fall in your lap. You have to work to get these things. You can't be lazy and just sit back and let one person do all the work, But I've been talking long enough. Let me get off my soapbox. I just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys, and want to get you guys' thoughts on it. And if this is a way, or obviously this is one of the ways to success and generational wealth and building wealth, so on and so forth. So, let me know you guys' thoughts. I like to hear them, and appreciate you guys tuning in on this Sunday. Give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't, check out all my links in the description, and I'll catch you guys on the next live stream.